need to share it. Alright, there we go. What is this feature share thing? Is that how they track how many? Yeah. Wait, I forgot to add paint. Okay, there we go. We are live, correct? All right, let's go. So today I have planned two things. This is like around the final stream. Islet, thank you for the follow. We need to make a shader abstraction and we need to move into the CGLM struct.h API. Also, this would be nice. This func shading we're actually already doing Gurat shading, and I have a demo for func shading as well, so I would say they're both done. Limit FPS is useless. Left based on fog, I wanted to add that effect, but I don't want to add it anymore. Ambient occlusion, yeah. I mean, this applies both to... Yeah, it's like whatever. Frustum calling before parallel loop. Yeah, probably not either. SIMD for vertex processing. It's pretty simple, but I don't want to add it either. One second. Okay. Dynamic height with yeah, I guess this is the most important stuff. Then the rest I can do at another point. Alright, so let's move into that API then. I was thinking instead of adding this define on here, I just added on my compilation. This is how you add macros, right? What the hell? So it doesn't really say for some reason, but I think that's it. I don't have to add a comma there. Let me try to compile, see what happens. Okay, and now in render.c, render.h, and it doesn't say that it's already defined. By the way, before doing any of this, back up before migrating to struct.h. Because it can be messy. Okay. CGLM omit ns from struct API. Like when I define it, it's redefined. Okay, yeah, then we're good. Okay, now we should start getting like a bunch of errors. Nope. CGLM, where am I importing this? There, and that's it. I mean, I'm not even compiling this, so I don't know. Render CGLM, no, that's it. Wait, am I using the right flag? Omit ns from struct API. I guess I can still use the normal functions. Right. Yeah, that's the thing. You can use the same functions. It's like nothing happens because we have the namespace, right? But now I can just switch to mat4 mol, and I don't even have to do this anymore. Viewmat is this. Okay, and there's like a way to struct.h. How many times am I going to search for this? The Roy 714, hello. Good morning. Right, it's mat4 identity. Right, but I'm not using this. I'm unsure. It's like confused. What does this do? It returns mat4s. Okay, I'll just switch all the code to this and see what happens. mat4s and mat4s. Then model mat is the same thing. mat4 identity. Same with the viewport one. And same with this one. Oh, but there's 0 in it. I wonder. See. 0. Okay. 0. mat4 0. Okay. Then I can just use lookat. I guess there's like stuff that is not from like back3 normalize. I don't need to give it light deer. B raw. I mean, I can't do this on the glow state anyways, but, you know. Perspective doesn't work either. So these special functions won't work. Like GLM right here doesn't either. It says CG. Wait, this is the one that we're using now. CGLM omit NS from struct API. Yeah. It omits GLMS namespace completely if the sub is namespace. Okay. Default is not defined. Right. You don't even have to init it. So I'm guessing it's just a problem of my LSP at the moment. Like here we would model mat is equal to that, model mat is equal to that. Oh, I think you can't because, right, we have nothing like mat for rotate. Yeah, so it applies to some cases only. Or do I have to use M and angle and returns? Oh no, it does exist. Well, it's a bit annoying because it kind of loses the purpose, right? You still have to add the S here, but then you don't have to add it here. It's like it changes nothing. Yeah, this is the one we have C glm omit ns. So what happens if I add omit ns from struct API to? Oh. My bad. Test viewers and streamboo.net. Right. Does it in that case? Nope. I don't know. I'll just not add it, I guess. It's a bit messy. GLMS back3s back3s, yeah, like that. GLMS what? Yeah, right, it won't exist because previous flags. I can just do that. Suggest braces around initialization of subjob. Okay, so just x is equal to this. Y is equal to this. Z is equal to this. And then I'm trying to use GLM as, or can I just do back3? This returns whatever. And of course this doesn't work here, but whatever. GLMS mat4 identity. GLMS mat4 identity. Okay, yeah, that's better. I can just do it here. Maybe there's a better way to init. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm getting that weird warning. Yeah, something like back3 glm back3 glm s back. What? It takes in a back4, maybe something like, yeah, you can do 0 in it. Yeah. Is it because this is an union? Use anonymous struct. Yeah, it's an union. I mean, I guess I can just define X and that's it. Something like that. Because then it's not clear, I guess, what it is using. Yeah, then we have to use glms, and then this. Now they should take glms. Right. Now I'm not sure how do you access its fields. I guess raw. Yeah. All right. Then met for identity. I don't get why don't I have to use glms here. Like, shouldn't this only be defined if? I don't know. Back3s. I just do back3s. X is equal to that. And this, of course, is not taking mat4. So this, both are, yeah. This takes that, and the destination is clip 0, so just clip 0 is equal to that. Right. First, let's make this all that. And then here, let's just give it X. Oh. Anyways. This should return back 3s. This should return back 2s, and this should return back 3s. Back 3. Back 3s. Back 3s. Back 2s. I saved that way. Why doesn't it update? Okay, whatever. So you would just grab this and return it. Same with this. We don't need the result anymore. Oh, right, the problem is I did not remove result. Wait, what did I even do right? Okay, there we go. A is equal to this. So what is the problem with this? Oh. I think it's right. And I think you can create back 4s test back 3 GLM as back 4. Yeah, so I could just give it a and 1.0f. Oh, that's so much cleaner. But anyway, instead of having this, we can just have big materials here. Right, and I mean, I feel like it applies to everything, right? Except this. You just AT back 3s AT 2s, and then AT is equal this. Dot x dot y. Yeah, how about you pass it by reference? Yeah, that's better. And then AN back 3 as AN. Right. Now the only thing we are missing here is where am I defining this? Is it here? Yeah. There should be as back 3 as. Alright, it's gonna break a lot of things. X, Y, Z. But I made the change here, right? Back 3s, yeah. I'm unsure why it's not going crazy about it. Back to 0. I wonder what is the difference. No, the same. Good. Oh, it's interesting. So x dot x is equal to this. Okay, so instead of doing that, I can just surround it with braces. Right. How can I select it? I think I can. No, I don't know why I'm not getting the error anymore. Yeah, I guess I have too many errors on other places. But basically, here now I can just surround this by this. Same for all of these cases. Wait, can I do this? Yeah, kinda. Okay, why is that happening? Back 3 equal. There's no better way to init, because I hate this. Back 3s. Like you can do this. Nope. There should be like some sort of macro to init. Like something like this. So model is done. Yeah, we have no issues here. Oh, right. So I guess same. Oh, what the heck? The what is AN? Oh, because I'm passing all of this like that. Damn it. Same with this. Raw. Can't do raw, but there is raw. And I do 0.3 now. Oh, I get it. That's sad. Okay. NDCIZ. Good old refactoring. By the way, I don't need this anymore. Like I can have it as a node, but I don't need it anymore. Yeah, because the good thing is now I just need to draw a model texture and like whatever is needed when drawing other stuff like triangles I can just use. Matrices, wait, I can use shaders, yeah. Okay, so we did it like this. Yeah. All right. That's first of all, then remove that, and then get this. Like 2s vt is this, remove vt, and then just send vt as reference, big3 as begin is this, remove this as the reference, big3 as c is equal to this, remove that, yep, yep, yep. Vector as CT, and then CT as reference. Wait, what happened? Oh. And then vector as Cn is equal to this. Okay. So I can do two things. I either can create a function for init big3 or a macro. Yeah, I think a macro, because I hate this and I don't want to do this either. This is also ugly, so I'll just big3 init, something like that, x, y, z, and it's equal to big3s x is equal to x, and like that. I need to remember the equal. Yeah. Or big3 create. So now if I use big3 3 create 1 1 and 1. What? Why am I getting so many? Why can't it just be inline, right? dt space, oh, dt this. Hello, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to refactor all the CGLM code and making it and using the struct API, because I was using the array API, which is pretty ugly and very verbose. xn, how about I do like this? Okay, that's it. And it returns 1 1 1. Right, so the problem is that I'm passing x. Okay, rather than that, then let's just, like, it would be done. Because then it just feels too hacky. X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So let's do this for back 4s and also for back 3s, back 3, back 3. Yeah. Alright, let's see where we have this init code. So this would become back 3 create. Alright, and here it is as well. Back 3 create. Yep. By the way, how does the shear effect work now? Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, now I wonder if I forgot to create a back to s. Okay. Back to create. Now I wonder if Oh, good. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing, I think. I should have tested all of this instead of moving into this directly here, because this could be error prone. Like, still don't know. Back. Okay, we didn't use vectors here. I don't know, I feel like something has to break, yeah. Okay, so it's breaking again. Oh. LSP restart. It's breaking again. Because I'm at some point somewhere using some macro. Okay, how about I just define it here? This. Yeah, it's taking it as if it was already defined. That's the problem. Alright, so that this is what I guess would happen. Like, I would do the entire refactor and then it would be black screen. Create viewport. Right. So this was the problem. And then of course we send this as that. Okay, I mean, it's mostly functional. I don't know where this bug is coming from now. I really didn't want to debug this part. Okay, let's see if we have some weird math. Doesn't seem to be the case. Like, mat4 space nothing, mat3 space nothing, back3. Oh, look at that. So this wouldn't have any influence really. But I guess we can just back3 create. What is that auto completion, by the way? Oh, wait. I guess I'll just ask ChatGPT what is wrong. Because I don't want to look over every single tiny detail. there was room for mistake, and I knew it. What? BT comma, BT comma. Okay. So, maybe it is on the, oh, by the way, I forgot to use Vec3 here too. Vec3 create. Vec3 space nothing. Vec4 space nothing. Vec2 nothing. I think could be good. Sniff, sniff. Do I smell black man? Yeah. I didn't go around changing the name yet. I mean, it looks correct, but something's wrong. Okay, let's just be lazy about it. This is my current code. This is my code. I'm trying to refactor to struct.h. It seems I might have made a mistake with some refactor. Can you please find it? And then CPU render. Let me commit this. I'll just push it. Thank God I backupped. Oh, I hate this cache. I don't know why it's being sent. I mean, let's see. Where are you? I guess I'll just browse. That's cool. How are you though? I'm slowly descending into, I don't know, I was going to say something cool, but I didn't get any ideas. I'm fine. I'm hoping this is the last day I work in the CPU render, because I'm already tired of it, and I want to do something with OpenGL or Vulkan. But I like finishing projects, so I'm going until the end. I don't think you're fine, bro. No, I'm fine. I'm fine, it's just early. I have to be quiet because my girlfriend's still sleeping. I'm not sad or anything. Right. I guess it was going to be something like that. Normalize. Oh, but I am doing it correctly. What? Normalize texture to... Oh. I'm trying to refactor to struct to CGLM version of struct.h. Code snippet 1 is refactored code. Code snippet 2 is previous. Would you trade your GF for another copy of the C programming book? I would have to think about it. Don't want to give any answers. That is here. Could that be it? Wait. Yep, that's it. Then it found another error. Normalize texture, you're factored. Would only modify a local copy. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing. I want that to be the case. Well, actually, ideally, instead of having to do all of that, especially for create viewport, since I call it like this, yeah. Result met 4s return met 4s. Oh, this result. Oh god. Okay, there you go. And then just change all of this with result. Yeah, now we don't need that. Okay, this should work directly. No changes needed. And normalize texture. No, this is fine. Like you're sending that, you can already know that it's gonna change it since it's not returning anything. Viewport matrix and that. Okay. So this went from how many lines of code? I wonder. $257 to 208, but I think I removed something. Oh yeah, I removed the. Oh no. Oh yeah, I did. So I removed this. Where is it? Draw model texture. I kept that. I didn't keep this. 218 to 208. Right, so 10 lines of code less. I would say worth it. And the good thing is I can return stuff instead of having to do it like I was doing it before. Okay, so this is looking good. By the way, I think I should do here. I should probably do this. I think it shouldn't change anything, and in case I have some weird macro shenanigan, it shouldn't affect any of this. LSP restart. Oh, by the way, I changed that, but I didn't change this, so I think I didn't recompile. That's fine. By the way, oh wait, what? Do you think you finish this today? Either today or tomorrow? Like, I don't have that much stuff to do. You should redo that in assembly, write it in x86. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't actually be that hard, since I already know what I have to do. The harder part is like figuring out everything that you have to do. But once that is done, I don't know, it's pretty simple. Once you know the math, it's like a walk on the park. But until then, you're suffering. Infinitely. Forevermore. So I was thinking about making the shader abstraction use GCC. I would actually like to do it on RISC-V rather than x86. I did some x86, but it's not as fun as RISC-V. Also, RISC-V is easier in a way. Shader. Then this would be a void pointer to any, which would be our struct or data context. Not sure. Yeah. Data. And then how do you make a function pointer on struct? See, you have to, yep. So we would need vertex and fragment. Shader.h. I should move the rasterizer here. Yeah, rasterizer, and actually it should be. Wait, what is the name of GeoDraw arrays? Yeah. And what is that? GeoDraw arrays, first and count. Draw a triangle rather. And then you send up the shader and whatever you want. Right, so in the very basic shader, they are getting iFace and birth for the vertex. And they return a back4. Back4 as, and here we return, include struct.h. Rather, I mean, we're still gonna need render, right? So I'm just gonna include it here. Yeah. Bool. I32. iFace. I32. And back. It's bird. Which would be XYZ. I'm thinking, should I send XYZ here directly or 1x1? I think 1x1 is fine. And then just repeat it 3 times. Yeah. And then here we need to send barycentric coordinates. So back3 as barycentric. And then the color. So color U8. As a pointer. Yeah. Well, now it's easier to just use a back3 as color, because I can just RGB into it. I feel like that's the play. Can you do, okay, so there's int, is there u int? No. Yeah, that's good enough. Right. So we pass in that. Remove this. Can I start a pointless debate for no reason? Yeah, go ahead. Right, and we would need to send the model in. So yeah, it would depend on the model. So let's copy this. And I'll comment it out for now. And this. Void draw would be pretty much this. Or rather just create shader, right? Because it doesn't matter if it is Gorilla or whatever. The human genome should be rewritten in C99. Rust is too slow in compilation, and developing new humans will take long. Right. We need to compile each human. So it's important to make it efficient, right? So instead of C99, we should create C that adds modules and allows you to compile C multi-threaded. And C is a subset of C with like modules, and that's it. shader.fragment shader, and then something, I'm not sure what would go on there. Yeah, because he passes in screen chords. Okay. Shader. Texture. SDO surface. And the set buffer, but we already have that. Oh yeah, C sounds perfect. The only thing I love about C++ is namespaces. I would love them in C. Yeah. Namespaces are alright, but I'm happy that they are finally adding modules to C++, because namespaces are still limited, right? Modules make the C++ compiler able to be multi-threaded. I don't know if they're gonna work on that. I mean, the C++ compiler is a mess anyways. C++ is a mess. That's why we have to create C-, a compiler and 1000 lines of code. So we create the shader, create shader. This would shader, it would be a pointer actually. Malloc size of shader. Then we would shader vertex is equal to, and then our vertex function. Vertex shader. Back, what is it? It's two of these. Vertex shader. And actually we can keep it like this and static, same as this. And this does whatever, and same with this. I can just pass it like that. Seems like so. We should also make a kernel using it called Linux Torvald. Yeah, we can name the kernel Linus Tech Tips. To make it even better, right? Takes in a model. This would be this. Triangle count. Oh, right. Then back for S. Screen chords I32, shader that, and then draw triangle, give it screen chords, the shader, image we don't need it, and zip buffer we don't need it either. Then the texture. This is where it gets interesting. You don't have Discord? Yeah, I do. It's in the description of the stream. All right, I need to shader. Yeah, I guess just self. We need this. I need to forward declare, I think, no? Yeah, and then I need to I forgot how you do it. It was forward declare and then you could use it. I think it was something like that. I should most likely probably continue doing work probably. Alright, good luck in your work. Shader, barycentric, Back3s, barycentric, back3 create, alpha, beta, gamma. That and the current color. Bool discard, F discard, then just continue. Alright, so what I'm wondering is how am I gonna manage the state inside, right? And also, how do I forward declare? I'm definitely doing something wrong there. Can I close it? Yeah. I hate having so many tabs. Forward declare struct in C. Yeah, this is what I need. Without type def. Right. And then you type def. If you type def your struct, you can leave out the struct keyword. So it would be struct context, so shader in our case. Then you just use struct here and struct here. Right. It looks annoying, but since we are creating struct, no, I don't like this. There's no better way? I'm sure there must be. You can type def your struct, you can leave it, okay. So type def struct AA. I think that's what I should do. Type def struct shader shader. God. Yeah. And then struct. Note that it is illegal to reuse the struct name. But I don't want to do context. Like, it's so lame. Okay, so how about we type def this, and this is just void pointer and void pointer, right? Then here I need to take void pointer twice. Yeah, but what happens if I were to take shader pointer? Right, it doesn't work. But I can just do data. And then this could be shader, and this is equal to shader this self dot data and grab void pointer. Oops. Shader. And then I could use data which could be whatever. Data. And let's say it is F32X, just that. Data. And that grabs self.data. Oh, shader. Yeah. And this is data. Or a data pointer, I guess. Oh. Data. Yeah, it needs to be data pointer. Right, so I need to malloc twice this way. But then the good thing is, like, I can just grab data x, make it 10, and then here I do this same conversion, then grab data.x, and I can just plus, and now it would be 11, and I could use it anywhere else, right? It's not bad. I don't need to pass this through here, right? Now the interesting thing is viewport. Like here we need the viewport to do these calculations, right? So I think he has set on the global state. Where's it? His triangle? I mean, it doesn't show what it actually does under the hood, but I'm guessing is it this? RGL? Yeah. Well, the thing is, this viewport thing, we should be doing it on the vertex shader anyways, right? Viewport. Yeah. Yeah, then it's fine. Let's see if there's a better way. Right, I mean, the thing is we have... Wait, what? Oh yeah, because they do that. Stop casting malloc. Yeah, you don't need to. It seems like the only way is by adding struct to the name, but then I don't want to add that to the... Like, I prefer void. Yeah. And in that case, I mean, it's pretty stupid, right? Why would I need shader? Like, shader wouldn't have any information for me, right? So then I can just pass in, say, self, which would be data. I think that's the way. No, the problem about that is okay, never mind. It can be stored in here. Yeah. And it can just be shader data. It's gonna be void pointer anyways, and you can just move it around. And then here it would take in data, of course. End result data is equal to data, but we would need to malloc it as well. Right, and there you would have it. Then you just do data. X is equal to 10. And you have your shader, right? I think that's literally it. Also back for... Did I make it a back for? I make it an IB. Let's just use color U8. Fuck it. Where's color U8 here? Yeah, just use that. It's easier. It's more performant, it's better. And we can just create color U8 color. Pass that in. As that, and that's it. And before color dest, before that we would create the color out of color dest, color, R G B A. Yeah. And all of this should be done on the vertex shader. No. Shader dot. I mean, here they use shader dot fragment, but I'm guessing. What is the source code? Orgio. That's the same one. Yep. Vertex. Oh, because it's called before, right? So I get all of that. Then we would need the model. We can just, yeah, it can just be on the global context, right? Now we get NDCA with this. but then temp A needs to be multiplied with viewport. So I guess we have to pre-process before sending in the vertex. Yeah, transform it to screen coordinates. Right, so if you do that, you do this. Then that's it. Because we could calculate barycentric based on that. Oh, but you have projection matrix fully available. Right, so viewport should live in here, right? I feel like viewport should live in here and projection as well. Mat for us, viewport matrix. Yeah, mat for init. There's no mat. Oh yeah, mat for init. It's no like this. No glms. Mat for init. Mat for underscore init. Mat for. Oh, never mind. glm mat for identity, and then projection matrix. You know, it's pretty clear that these two are global variables if they're like this, so I feel like that's to play. Projection and viewport. Yeah. And then that fixes everything. And this should take in color U8. All right. So we are supposed to have all of this in here. Then we're supposed to include shader.h. Then both, well, pretty much everything here needs to be, yeah, yep, definition of shader, DA this, both of this two should be extern. And of course not be defined here. Okay. And then here, wait, not here either. Here we could add model, well, we don't need model, right? We don't need model for anything. Init global state. Okay, I like it. Yeah, now we don't need this. Sine triangle is also there. Yeah, so we don't need it either. Create color, nope. Texture init, all of that could be in another place. Create viewport. Normalize texture. This could either be in texture file or all. You know, this shader is not a good name. I think we should name it GL like in the original tutorial. Right. View matrix. I think that's viewport. We have viewport, perspective. Oh, I mean, he names it projection. I feel like projection is a better name. Ah, but it's not related. Like project, or it is. Then this would be 0. Right. View matrix should also be in here. Viewport projection. To keep naming, we're gonna name it perspective. Yep. Perspective. Yes, so just perspective is equal to this. View perspective. It is not defined because I did not save it or what? Yeah, that was it. And here model, we can name it, oh never mind. Yo, Ench, what's up? Wait, I'm gonna take my hoodie off. Climate here is very bipolar. Like at night it's -1 degree and then at evening it's not. Can't decide. Alright, because it's model view, which we named viewport, which we named viewport, and projection, which we named perspective. Yeah. So let's put it in that order then. View should be identity, viewport should be identity, and perspective should be 0. Just comment that to normalize texture. I think I'll keep it because it's part of the vertex shader. Create viewport, I feel like I can do this part of scene. Okay, normalize texture, we keep it. And this texture stuff, I feel like we move it to texture. Let's see. Texture.h. Here we include this, this, this. Oops. And that's it. And we put that on here. No, we don't have color U8, which we should get from include. GL this. There should be pragma ones. Oh, pragma. And we can just yoink, yoink. DA this, DA this, we got it. That's the order. And here, of course, include texture.h. And as well, of course, compile it here. Texture.c and gl.c. Normalize texture, we can leave it over here. Model matrix. So this can be part of the global state, right? Mat for GLMS, mat for identity. That's right, yeah. Then model mat, just rename it to model. Yeah. And this is viewport. And this is viewport. The thing is, yeah, we're not using that. We can set this on top. Non-void function does not return a value, return you know, just back for us. Oh, back for create, wait, back for create, yeah. 0, 0, 0, 0. Wait, what? XYZW. And then this returns false. This, instead of data, should be context. I would say shader CTX, and then this can be just CTX in the same one here. So here we create it. Here we draw it. Okay, like most of this sure, we can just leave it like that. Model in this case would be head. Yeah. We can name shader CTX. CTX is equal to, and then X is equal to 0. And then just pass in CTX to keep it a bit tidier. So we need to pass in MVP. Yeah. MVP should be equal to MVP. MVP. Oops, not for us, yeah. So we need that, and we also need the intensity, which we get it like this, back 3 as in bearing intensity. Yeah. I think that's all we need. Alright, so let's just copy all of this and see how it fits. Okay, so we need AT, BT, CT for grabbing the texture. And we need a global texture. We could pass in the texture itself to context. Shader, what is it? SDL surface texture. So there you get CTX texture. But we're calculating AT, BT, CT 1. Right? Right, so it would be, this would be part of the vertex shader. Now we can ignore color result. Bearing intensity would also be part of this. What font do you use? I use Comic Mono. This one. Yeah, so it seems like I should do this part on the fragment shader already. And there should be texture X and texture Y, right? Texture X. Or it can just be a vector. Texture quartz. I think that's better. So CTX texture quartz dot X is equal to this. And why is this? Then we have bearing intensity, which again we can get from the context. Then we have AN, BNCN, AT, BT, CT, which we should get from here. Here on, I guess. Texture pixel. This instead of X and Y, it should take in back to S. Text or just chords. Since we don't really need to specify. Yeah, so chords.x Should be a pointer. Okay. Here, 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 here. Oh, never mind, it doesn't need to be. Because this is, this should be local. My bad. Yeah, and of course here too. And then instead of that, it should be returning this. And you can make color U8 equal to result. Okay. And then just return result. This can be defined at the top, right? Okay. Starting to look a bit better. Then you can just send it CTX texture chords and color result, or I would name it texture color. Then we get very centric. CTX bearing intensity, and here we get very centric. And then color result would be color. Right? Oh, no, I see. Yeah, it should be by reference. Never mind. Wait, what? Oh, because this is on test. Okay, wait. Let's just close all the buffers and restart, because it's all breaking. Okay. But wait. Just ignore that. Like, test is useless. Oh, this P restart. Okay. Color U8 result. Okay, that's it. And then we get the pixel with the destination of color, then we get the intensity and multiply that, and that's it. And we had this draw model, we can remove it. We of course are we creating the shader? Oh yeah, we are creating the shader, but on each iteration, right? Which is not what we want. CTX is this, but this should be a temporal value. What is important is shader dot data. This is shader context. Right, for now let's just say that it is size of shader context, okay? And then shader context is equal to shader dot data. So it's easier. Yeah, and you don't need this then. So then we can do CTX is MVP in each frame. And then we can do texture and make it equal to our face. Wait, what is it? I named it model texture, but it's head. I guess head texture. And then we can just rename here. Why C99? Because it's the superior alternative to C++. So this is phase and this is bird. Yep. Okay, we pretty much have everything here, right? The only thing we are missing is this, which is equal to this. Yeah, without this, since that would be the face, clip would be whatever. And then get vert model. Yeah, we just need this. Right, well that's where it gets interesting. Wait, did you study computer science at university? Are you asking me? I didn't. Why not a later version? Because not many editions after C99. Like C11 is the best, most, what's the name? Stable latest compiler. But the problem is that it doesn't really add much. Apart from like generic keyword macro and whatever else. like some built-in functions that you can just rewrite yourself. Right, so I'm not sure about texture courts at the moment. I can't really calculate them because I don't have alpha. Yep. We do need a model here. That's for sure. So you're self-taught? How long have you been programming for? Yeah, I'm self-taught. I've been programming for like 4 years. What theme are you using and how do you change theme in Neobyte? It's the same as in NeoVim, and the theme is called actually, I don't know, it's like some changed up version from Grabbox. Let me check. Grabbox material, this. What did you study in university then? I didn't study anything at university. Why you ask? I don't think I mentioned anywhere that I studied in university, so... I'm not sure where it's coming from. CTX, bearing intensity, raw, and third, pretty much. That's it. And you do dot product of whatever I get on AN, which would be normal, which I get from here. For that I need model, which I have in my context, and for this I need I, face, and nth bird. And this would be normal. Yeah, okay, this is so clean. I didn't delete any code, right? So this texture coordinates, we can look them up later. But this is basically what it creates, no? What does it return? Viewport multiplied by projection, model view, and GL vertex. Right. That is because we do this. So that would be clip, right? And clip is back for S. So let's assume clip is just one. Let's assume we have this on here. Well, we don't really need this. Oh, never mind, we do, right? Because we need to multiply MVP with C. Okay. So back for us would be result. Then we grab bird from iFace. Wait. Is that it? Bird model is, yeah, iFace and 0. So env bird here. Then clip would be equal to result. Yeah, I don't know why would I define it there. Just like for us here. Context MVP, and this is bird. And then CT, normalized texture, and CN, we can use them later. Let's assume first let's make color 255, 255, 255, and 255. Of course. Wait, I can't do that. All right. Yeah. Let's not render that. And I don't know, I feel like it should work directly. Okay. I'm not defining something. I think I'm adding MVP. I'm not adding model. Model, and it should be in this case the model head model, or just head. All right. So after, okay, I like that. Now the main problem seems like model mat is being init glm as mat for identity. Is that it? Okay, good. The only thing I'm missing really at the moment is light. I don't know what is going on with that. So I set everything to 255, grab intensity, and it doesn't print anything. Like if I just comment that out, what happens? Okay, so we are editing the pixels. I wonder then, how did you learn how to program? I mean, I just followed the brute force approach. I grabbed something I wanted to learn. In that case, in that time, it was web development, and I just read books and documentation, and that was it. Like I watched a 10-hour tutorial, then built upon that, and that's it. You just grab the language you want to learn, watch a 10-hour tutorial of it, and then build projects. And you incrementally learn anything you need. So I'm getting something wrong with bearing intensity. AN, BN, CN. Right. So before this, I had bearing intensity. I would add this for X, Y, and Z. And I would do it by the dot of the normal. Okay. That's pretty much what I'm doing, right? Then I would create the barycentric coordinates, which I have here. And I would multiply bearing intensity by bar coordinates, get the max, and gravity intensity. So I'm not sure where are we going wrong. Intensity seems to always be 0. Oops. Let's do size t iterations is equal to 0. If iterations is higher than 10, just abort and break everything. And iterations plus plus. It should be all 0. Okay, so what? Okay, those are some crazy values. How about we get the bearing intensity of X? Bearing intensity X is equal to that. And then we do the same thing for Y and then Z. Okay. I think we need to 0 init this because it's spitting garbage values. Result dot data is equal to yeah, I can't do that. So we need to 0 init manually, I guess. Bearing intensity, just make it, you know, back 4 init, glms back 4 init 0 init. Yeah, I can't because of course x is equal to 0. Can I just do this here? Nope. Okay, does that change anything? I mean, we should be... Okay, what? We should be replacing those values anyways, right? Is it because I'm using it like that? Oh, I'm not printing anymore. So leave that, can you leave that there? Yeah. Okay, let's first make sure intensity x or bearing intensity x ctx bearing intensity that x. Why is that? Minus 0, 0, 100 and 747. I think I'm getting my barycentric coordinates wrong. Could that be it? What is meta? Is it a build script? Yeah, it is. It is a build script in C. Let's see. 1, 0.3333, 0.667. I feel like that's very weird. Draw triangle on geo. Okay. Barycentric creates... Oh no. Yeah, it's correct. Okay. So... barycentric is correct. Bearing intensity is a bit weird. How about we just print when it is less than 10? Yeah, that's more useful. I don't know, I mean, I'll just is equal to 0, then you do this. if nth bird is equal to 1, then this, and if nth bird is equal to 2, then this, right? Because it should go from 0 to 2. And in each of these cases, instead of doing it raw, you just x, y, z, and see if that fixes it. Okay, that doesn't fix it. Which in a way is a relief, because I liked this code and I didn't want to do it like this. Okay. So, what is the problem? I hate this. Okay, there we go. Intensity multiplied by bar, and then this multiplied by intensity. Basically what we're doing, right? And then here var intensity nth, std max 0, get the normal, and do it by light deer. Light deer is being normalized. It is. Okay, these are unused. Unused for now. Same with this, right? We're just using context bearing intensity, context model. We are setting both. Model, texture, bearing intensity. We init to 0. It's not really necessary as far as we know. MVP is being sent on each frame. Now I wonder, do we have to send it each frame? Like what if we just calculate it once on here and that's it? Right, I mean, you can do that, but it won't rotate. That's not the problem anyways, right? Because we are rotating, so it means that this is working correctly. I'm gonna leave this in here so it doesn't bother, or maybe I could just leave it on the bottom. Yeah. Context MVP. We update it. Context model, texture. And once we get MVP, which we are passing here, MBP and viewport. So MBP is just that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, we're not failing on anything, as far as I'm aware. Triangle count, we are calculating it outside of this function. Back4s, this becomes back4. We can do subtract a, and we can remove the rest. The rest until here only. And so ideally can't we move this back? Oh. I guess let's just remove the space. What's up, Radio Dwarf? Then we get the bird model. This is iFace and this is nth bird. We do clip is equal to this. mat4 multiply v mbp glms vec4 bird and that, and then we grab the texture model and normalize the texture, which we don't need. And after all of that, we do grab the a normal, which we're grabbing here, and we're setting it on each frame. Like that. Not much, just join while playing with my RC implementation name. You know, I'm not sure. Like it doesn't change anything in here, right? This is just context. The same goes for this and iFace and bird. En is the same thing. iFace and birth, that, and we just store it on clip, which is the result here. Then pass in all that. The only sketchy part is raw, but we already tested the opposite, so that's good too. A meta is your own build system like Knob. Yeah, something like that. Well, how about we just don't use varying intensities, right? Let's just don't. And then what do we need? We need this. And then color result is what we return, and that's it. Pretty much. So yeah, and then we can create back to as texture chords, init to that, texture chords.x, texture chords.y, ATB, TCT, and gamma. So we can just get the dot product here. I mean, I'm gonna keep those two like that, but here instead you can just do glm back3 dot. Wait, how am I doing it? I do it like this on here because I swear I had it in another way. Is it this? Oh no. Texture X. Oh no, UVX. Right, this is it. It's because you create this. Well, we now know that we don't need texture chords. Bearing UB. I would just skip it like this. ATX and ATY, right? So I mean, it would be that. And then here we would bearing UV, U, and barycentric. And the same thing but for B. I think that's like the equivalent. And of course we have to create back to texture chords. Now, I guess there's no better way of doing this than just manually. AT, BT, CT, CTX, model. Oh. Okay, here's where it gets interesting because we need the face that we are on. Right? But we don't know that. But we do know the vertices. This is the bad thing about Gurot, because you have to implement it on the vertex shader. But the good thing as well is that it's way cheaper, right? So I don't know. It's not so bad. I like the way it looks. Grid shading is very pretty. But everyone uses func shading. Back 3 create. I feel like it gives it a more retro vibe when you use Gurat. Right, so instead of that we can just have this 2 at the top. Back 3 yes, yeah, and this. And then just get those 2 from the context. Texture quartz is no longer there, and we should get the proper textures, but we're not. Oh, I'm a little bit dumb, right? I'm a little bit dumb. Yeah. So depending on nth birth, we add this 2. Text .x and text.y, of course here too, and just raw. Okay, I don't know what's wrong now, right? Because that's basically it. Depending on the bird, you give it x and y, and that's it. Baby, I love you so much. Oh God. For anyone who has not met Esman, that's my mom. She comes every stream to say hello. Welcome, Mom. Anyways, I mean, it's not working like this, so I'm just gonna do it like this. Right, so how do I get AT? Basically, I do CTX bearing UV, but it's nodes. U is first. So X multiplied by barycentric.x. Right, and we just repeat this for each. X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, and we do the same thing here. that should be it. Okay. It's not working either. Is it because I'm not sending the textures? I'm sending the textures. Yeah, then I don't know. Anyways, it's been 3 hours. I'm a bit tired. I'll go cook something and maybe stream back, or I continue off stream. It's pretty much almost finished. I have to figure out where am I getting some value wrong, because like calculations are fine, but I'm getting some value wrong in somewhere. And then what else do we have? So we did this. Yeah. Then this is super simple, and camera move around, that's also pretty simple. So I feel like once I get this bug done, adding a camera will be pretty simple, and then ambient occlusion, it's just a shader, so I shouldn't have any problem with that. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.